Well, cruising with the old disciple, hanging with Jesus here this morning. I'm going to flip the camera around here in just a second. And we're going to talk about a few things on logic and common sense, little biblical aspects, and just a few things that's been in my mind. Some arguments that I've seen people make over this COVID-19 stuff, and I'm wore out with it. Let's flip the camera around. I hope this message will bless you, encourage you, and even frustrate you. Go look it up for yourself. Those of you that just popping in to see what this is, go check out. I got 350 some videos and archives of biblical teachings, truthful biblical teachings, not modern cultural Christianity teachings, but truthful biblical teachings. And you like, subscribe to the channel, click the like button, and tag the bell. All right, so I keep hearing the same argument from people. If you had a loved one that died from COVID-19, you would change your attitude. Okay, I get it. And my condolences to all those who have lost their lives to COVID-19, whether actual factual, or just written down, but died anyway. Not to sound heartless, but they are cooking the numbers. I know my governor here in this state's cooking the numbers. Yesterday, she went into full-blown lockdown. I'd gotten word out in the field that better go get groceries, man. They're locking all the grocery stores down. I made a quick video on it when I got in town. I just wanted to put eyes on it because I was already getting calls and texts and everything about it. And so I figured I better go check it out, put eyes on it so I could, it'd be truthful what I said. And sure enough, there was a line out the grocery store down, time I got my video out, got my video done, the line had kind of shortened for a time, but when I come back through town after that line was still about the same length as it was in the video. People were just standing there waiting in line because they heard the grocery store was going to close, so what are we going to do a week from now without groceries? But anyway, how'd I get off on that? I would change my attitude if I had a loved one die of COVID. I'm not being led into the fear campaign that's being spread by the mogul media units of this country and the government officials who are standing by and perpetrating it. I'm not, because I've done my due diligence. I've actually been studying this disease, this virus, looking at it, going all the way back to November of last year. When it first started over in China and it first started getting reported on the news, I started watching it, looking into it. What you have to do is you have to go practice self-autonomy, do some due diligence, and go look at professionals, educated professionals on both sides of the fence. And when you do that, you're going to get two completely different answers to the same problem. And you're going to have to use a little more self-autonomy and decide which one of those educated professionals is correct. Maybe neither one is correct. Whatever the case may be, you get a chance to educate yourself and make by yourself an educated decision on what is best for you and your family. Usually, if you follow the money trail, you'll sniff out the liar quick, fast, and hurry. You'll find the culprit of the lies. And that in itself is it's a monotonous task of research, but it's better than running around dying in fear. I keep seeing these damn headlines of just fear porn, and that's all it is fear porn. I'm watching some of the guys I watch on YouTube used to be good channels. Now it's that bait and switch title on their video, and all they're talking about is doom and gloom. And I've got to where there's just a few I watch anymore on YouTube because it's just doom and gloom, doom and gloom. Okay, here's the deal: we're all going to die. Hebrews 9:12, I believe, says that it is appointed, it is guaranteed unto man once to die, and then the judgment. I don't know anybody that's still walking around that was alive 200 years ago. They've all died. and they all died of different reasons, natural causes, violent causes, whatever the case may be. We all going to die. Now, to end the argument of I would change my tune if I had a loved one die of COVID-19. No, I would not. I would not. I would still hold the same views and values as I do right now. I would just, I wouldn't be happy that a loved one died. I mean, nobody wants to have a loved one die. I've had several friends and brothers dying in these vehicles, but yet I still drive it. I haven't changed my tune on the dangerous and the statistics of your likelihood to die in a car wreck in this vehicle. Hundreds of thousands of people die every year here in the United States in car wrecks. Some horrific, some where they pick up body parts all over the road, and then they have to go tell their loved ones that their loved one was just pretty much splattered on the highway in a vehicle. Do they get all up in an uproar and throw a walleye cat nine-tailed fit about people driving vehicles from then on? No, they don't. They get in their vehicle, they go down, and they begin the process of laying to rest their loved one in vehicles. And I'll tell you why they don't throw a fit about that. It's because the media, mogul giants, social media, and the government officials have not trained them, dumbed them down to their docile, dormant, dumb, and ignorant, and put them in a fear panic that these vehicles are going to kill all of them or kill all their loved ones. That's why people are not freaking out every time someone dies in a car wreck or any other way of death. But COVID-19, which has a 99.8% survival rate if you contract it. I have a 100% survival rate right now, and I don't have it contracted, so I'm good. I'm guaranteed to live right now. But if I got COVID-19 tomorrow, I would still have a 99.98% chance of living. I'm going to take that and go out and do my job and move about the community, spreading the gospel, doing my work, and living my life as normal with a 99.9 or 99.98% survival rate. I don't think your survival rate in a vehicle, when you get in the vehicle, that rate goes down drastically. Just by getting in the vehicle. Yet I put 300 miles a day on this vehicle. This is stupid, y'all, and I'm tired of it. I am worn the hell out of it. It's wore me out. The stupidity that I see in this country, the stupidity that I see across the land in the world. People are operating off of fear and fear alone. No sense whatsoever. The newspaper headline in front of the convenience store I stop at for our newspaper in this area. Front headline in big bold black letters from the governor with the governor's face pasted on the front of it and above her. Test, test, test. We must test all residents in New Mexico. That's the only way we're going to stop the spread. Are you kidding me? Logical reasoning number 2. You want me, who is completely healthy, to go down to the hospital where people aren't healthy, where the sick are at. You want me to expose myself to people who are sick so they can shove a swab up my nose and determine whether I have COVID-19 or not. That's just part of the stupidity that I'm seeing. Okay, I stay out here. I don't expose myself to obviously and guaranteed sick people. I don't. I'm out here among the healthy. But you want me to go to a building where it's packed full of sick people so you can test me if I'm sick when I'm not sick. And I know I'm not sick because I know when I'm sick. Okay, that's half the logic. So you test me. I've exposed myself going in there to get that test. You take your test. I walk out. As I'm walking out, I'm being exposed as I'm walking out. Suppose I get exposed on the way out and I don't know I'm sick for 10 days, 14 days, and then I get sick. All because I went and exposed myself to your dumbass stupidity. I mean, really think of that logic. This is insane, people. 2 Thessalonians tells us there will be a great delusion that he will put upon the land. Romans 1:28 says he will give them a reprobate mind because they will refuse to adhere to his laws and doctrines and standards. And so he will hand them over to a reprobate mind. Them being those who refuse to come into the truth and knowledge of Yeshua, Messiah, Jesus Christ. A reprobate mind is someone who you can show them a picture of an elephant and they cannot see the elephant. They only see what they want to see. It may be a monkey, it may be a rainforest, but it'll never be an elephant if you tell them it's an elephant. That's a reprobate mind. That's what we have operating. That's the spirit we have operating in this land right now. Reprobate minds and a strong delusion. Now, is it the strong delusion? I'm not saying that. Don't hear me wrong. I'm saying people are freaking bonkers over this. You're coming up with your half, not arguments that don't have no grounds of logic whatsoever to argue your point. I go to Taco Bell the other day because just I ain't had it in a while. Dude sticks a cup out the window, and I was like, "What do you want me to do with that?" And he goes, "Put your money in that." And I had my debit card. I was like, "I got a debit card." He goes, "Put that in there." I was like, "Okay." I put my debit card in the cup. He reaches in with bare hands, takes my debit card out, sets the cup right there on the windowsill, runs my car, gets the receipt, puts my card back in the cup, and hands the cup to me. Well, that's part of the stupidity there, but then I'm thinking, okay, now I got to reach my hand down into the bottom of this cup. I got to reach all the way in this cup to get my card and fumble with it. I'm touching all this cup with my hand, bare hand, mind you, to get my card out. I said, "Why are y'all doing that?" "Oh, it's to stop the spread." I said, "Do you use a new cup for each customer? Throw that one away in a biohazard container?" "No, we've used this one all morning." So everybody's contaminated ass hands has been in that cup with money. Do you see what I'm saying, right, son? I'm just doing what I'm told. I get it. You're just doing what you're told. That's what logical thinking Americans are doing. Right? No, not logical thinking Americans. That's what most of the Americans today are doing. They're just doing what they're told without any self-autonomy whatsoever. Imagine the germs that are inside that cup from all the people sticking their hands in there, where had I handed him my card, he's going to get his fingers contaminated with my card anyway. I mean, it's cross-contamination no matter how you look at it, unless you really get strategic and use gloves, and I use gloves, and when I give him the card, I take my gloves off that I just used, put new ones on. I mean, let's get ignorant here. Let's use 2 boxes of gloves per day and 2 boxes of masks per day is the only way you can come up with even somewhat of a logical explanation to show me you're not contaminating everything you touch, regardless of what we're doing right now. If you're going to get sick, you're going to get sick. There's nothing you're going to do to stop it. It's like every year when you get the cold or the flu. You get sick, it sucks for a couple days. Some took off work. I didn't ever allow it, but hey, whatever. I guess we're in new times. You got a couple days off work, you get better, and you go back to life as usual. Just because you got sick, you don't shut down the world economy. You don't send everybody into mass panic and chaos. What's wrong with you people? Share this message to all your friends. I'm serious. This is ignorant. It's got to stop. Really, people are losing their livelihoods because businesses are being shut down. My business is suffering. We have not had any business in almost 2 months now. I've rented 4 rooms in my motel in the last month and a half. That doesn't pay the bills. Business owners who've owned businesses for generations are losing their businesses over this. They're losing their houses. They're losing their homes. People who are not paying their electric bill and water bill thinking, yeah, well, they can't cut it off during the pandemic. Okay, well, it's still racking up. And when this is all over with, you're going to owe thousands of dollars on your electric bill and your water bill, and they're going to demand payment now. What are you going to do then? You know, riding the cause only goes so far. It'll end. Y'all need to wake up. Quit looking at me like I'm a leper when I walk into the grocery store or the convenience store, just like I always have. No mask on. I maintain my 6 feet. Guess what? I was practicing social distancing long before the word was even coined. I don't like to be up on top of somebody, and I didn't allow someone to get close to me behind me. When I was sick, I didn't go into every store sneezing and throwing snot all over the damn place. I stayed at home, went to work, and came home. Little common sense. Jeez, people. I just keep hearing these arguments in my head, and I'm like, no, 17 minutes on this video. That ought to prove my point for a minute. Might be a couple more today. We're going to get our eating in today. If you had never been here on this channel, I'm Oilfield Disciple. I call myself Oilfield Disciple because I've been in the oil field all my life. I worked on drilling rigs for 22 years. And for the last 8 years, I've been out here as a pumper in the oil field. So that, hence the oil field. Disciple comes from, I'm a disciple of my Lord Jesus Christ, Yeshua Messiah. That means I'm a student of His Word. I study His Word. What it says, I do. So therefore, Oilfield Disciple. Mainly, everything in my videos is biblically inclined and based and featured, and not much politics. But every now and again, I've got to get out of my lane and get out here and make a video of my point of view, my perspective. And that's all it is. It's my opinion, my perspective. Now, when we get in the Bible is what God said. It doesn't matter what Matt thinks. It doesn't matter what this means to me. What did God say? Because that's the final say, final authority. Just like at my house. Kids can do whatever they want, think whatever they want, but if Dad said it, there's consequences if you do or don't do what you're supposed to be doing. Because I'm the final say and authority at my house. But anyway, I'll catch you guys on the next ride. It's a beautiful morning. Y'all be blessed, be encouraged. Always be frustrated. Go look up everything I say for yourselves.